Hi there, my name's Carmen Lizasway from Switch On Health, and welcome to tonight's free webinar on Estuary Learning. So if you're watching this live, please do stick around for comments and questions at the end, and feel free to pop any questions in the chat box as we go. So we're excited to announce that there will be a draw for a $50 credit from us here at Switch On Health for one lucky attendee. And this can go towards your next enrolment, whether it be your current course of study or you might like to do one of our short courses. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're welcome to pop any questions you have into the comments box below, and we promise to get back to you. Also, if you're watching on YouTube and you like what we do, please do click on the subscribe button, because the more subscribers we have, the more we can offer, and we look forward to offering you more. So tonight I am very happy to be joined by Deanne Apostolou. She is a 28-year experienced herbalist and iridologist, and she works for us here at Switch On Health also as a tutor and a clinic supervisor. And she's also a founding member of Estuary Learning. So she'll be delivering an introduction to Estuary Learning tonight. And Estuary Learning is a collaboration of practitioners and mentors dedicated to enriching and supporting the art of natural earth medicine. So Deanne has just had a blackout where she's coming from this evening, but that's why she's in a little bit of torchlight, but we are all good to go. And I will thank you very much and hand it over to you, Deanne.
Thanks, Carmen. Hi, everybody. I hope you can hear everything and see everything okay, and that all battery power survives, because I'm hotspotting off my phone and my laptop. Hopefully battery will keep going. I'm a herbalist. I've been a herbalist for, oh gosh, a really long time, 30 odd years now. And I am a founding member of Estuary Learning. So Estuary Learning has been in existence since 2018. In January 2018, we actually had our first workshop, really, where a whole lot of people were invited. 20, I think, people were invited to participate in and to come together to give their ideas on what can we do about protecting traditional natural earth medicine. So Estuary Learning was actually born out of the fact that my mentor and my teacher, who was the principal of the college that I studied at, Nancy Evelyn, and I were having lunch with another friend of ours, Liz Conlon, who Liz teaches iridology and herbal medicine at Nature Care College. And Liz and I were bemoaning the fact that all this traditional knowledge was going to be going out the window, because 2017 is when or 2016 was when they announced that things were going to move to a bachelor degree rather than an advanced diploma. So the three of us started talking about it, and Nancy just went, hey, why don't we do something? Why don't we create our own college? And it was like, oh, what? We can't do that. But anyway, through that, brains started ticking, workshops started happening, and Estuary Learning was born in February of 2018. So I'm one of the founding members. We've got 18 founding members. It's a fabulous, absolutely wonderful organisation. So we are a not-for-profit. So we registered as not-for-profit because it's the idea that we just want to help to educate and mentor people on the knowledge and the experience of traditional natural earth medicine healers. And that can be naturopaths, herbalists, nutritionists, and a lot of energy workers, kinesiologists, people that do Reiki. We've got a lot of energy workers within Estuary Learning, and I'll go through that sort of thing as I give you the presentation, as well as I present everything. So we are a collaboration of people that are really happy to share our knowledge. We're not worried about sharing our knowledge, or somebody's going to take what I said and run away with it and work on it and that sort of thing, because we're really happy to spread the knowledge. Our purpose is, as it says there, to enrich and support the art of natural earth medicine. So what we do is, and this is our tagline that I absolutely love: every clinic a classroom and every practitioner a teacher, because everybody has something to teach. Every practitioner has something that they can teach to somebody, whether it's other practitioners that are more senior than you, or I won't say it that way, that have had more experience, let's say, than you, or less experience than you. We can always learn from people. And I think that that's where the essence of Estuary came from, that every clinic, and we have members we've got overseas members, we've got members in New Zealand, we've got a lot of members based in my area, which is where Estuary was born, in Newcastle, which is just 2 hours north of Sydney, if you don't know where Newcastle is. We've got members in southeast Queensland. We've got members in Queensland in the western areas, western regional areas. We've got members in North Queensland. We've got members in Western Australia, in Adelaide, in Victoria. We've been able to have this great reach, and members in Tasmania. So almost all states and territories of Australia. We do have a member in the ACT. And it's anybody in their clinic or doing whatever that they're doing, that they can always teach somebody something, and we can always learn from everybody that's around Estuary. So as this slide says here, we're a collaboration of practitioners, and we're people that are really happy to share all of our information. So we've got people that are growers. We've got a few growers in southern highlands of New South Wales, and there's some growers in Victoria, in regional Victoria, and in Tasmania. With some of our members have actually won awards for their tea blending. We've got people that make a lot of their own medicines. Pat Collins, I don't know if any of you have heard of Pat Collins, but she's in the Hunter Valley region, and she runs workshops on making medicines and food as well, and creams. And then another one of our members, Jess Allen, she does Mother Skin Doona creams, and Katie Harbison. There's a whole lot of people that make their own creams, that make their own medicines, with people that are really interested in helping others to learn to cook really healthy and foods from their gardens as well, that are authors, that are researchers, that are and stargazers, because there's a few of us that are into astrology as well. So we've got members that are into a whole lot of different things, and that's why we call it natural earth medicine, because it's not just herbal medicine as such. It's the whole holistic overview of our earth, basically. So we're a very active community. We have so many WhatsApp groups that I have no idea how many that we have, because somebody will go, oh, how about a group for medicine makers? So we've got a group that talk to each other, and that they're willing to share their knowledge on. The latest one was yesterday on comfrey. I've been given a whole batch of comfrey. What can I do with comfrey? So there's people that are quite happy to share all that information. Herbal medicines on cream making. We're really happy to, I'm just thinking, what are the other groups that we've got? Clinical practice discussion groups. If we've got a case that we're not sure about, or we're a bit stumped with, then we're really happy to go, oh, I've got this case of somebody's got this rash and they've never been able to get rid of it, and it's just flared again, and blah, 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 people like little kids as well. The other one the other day was a child that was refusing all sorts of medications and things, that were really unwell, and what is it that we can do for their fever, that the parents they were all away camping. You know, I've got nothing with me. What can I do from this area that I'm in? So things like that, which is really exciting, because that's sort of, to me, where the natural earth medicine side of things comes from. And it's getting your hands in the dirt. It's like looking into your garden. It's looking deep into the traditions of where natural earth medicine originally started from. So yes, wisdom, connection, accessibility. It's all about the fact that everybody is willing to share. And so many people want to make that connection. So the other side of things that happens a lot with natural earth medicine is that you end up, like, as a herbalist, if you're working on your own, you may not be in a clinic, you might be working from home, or you're working online, and people just want that connection. And it's being able to have a connection with other like-minded people, whether it's in the energy workers group as well, or the astrologers group. It's like people that have common interests and that can just jump onto a WhatsApp group and go, oh, hey, I noticed this. What's everybody else's thoughts on this sort of thing? People are craving connection. And these days, I think, where, you know, we've got connectability, which is fabulous, with internet and everything that we're doing right now, which is fabulous. But it's also then sometimes you're feeling very alone if you're working in a clinic space. That's quite alone. So the connection, and then having that accessibility to so many people that have got, like, gosh, if we added it up, there would be thousands of years of information that everybody would have that they're happy to share. So it is all about, and this slide just sort of talks about the areas, like I said, about looking at our profession, of where it's moving to, with the fact of a lot of the traditional knowledge not being available. So that's things like iridology and homeopathy. You know, we can't lose that information. It has to be able to be readily available in certain places. And this is where Estuary was born. So we've got quite a few homeopaths that are part of Estuary Learning. And there's things like, they're quite happy to sort of say then, okay, like I said, with this rash that came up, it's like, all right, well, this person has tried so many different herbs, and so many different herbs are actually upsetting her. Let's go to homeopathy. So then it's like, all right, calling all homeopaths out there on our clinical patient discussion group, what would you recommend for this sort of thing? So it's just a really nice, nurturing environment to be in. And I just absolutely love it. I'm very passionate about it. For those people that just start in the estuary, we've got an area called the mangroves, and that's where people that have just joined Estuary Learning, we put them into the mangrove group, and you're only supposed to be in the mangrove group for 12 months, and then you sort of graduate out of it. But so many people just love being in the mangrove. It's a bit of a quieter space. What we call our Estuary Learning social group can get sometimes very busy, and there's a lot of fun stuff that goes on in there as well. So that's why who we call the mangroovers sometimes like to remain in that bit of quieter waters of the mangrove as they're swimming around and learning their way around the estuary. Now, this is one of my favourite sayings: we stand on the shoulders of giants. So Isaac Newton is said to have, this is the paraphrase from what he said, because this is where I said that everybody's willing to share their knowledge. We stand on the shoulders of giants, and it's what we call your lineage. Like my lineage is, yes, I learnt from Nancy Evelyn, and Nancy was one of Dorothy Hall's first students. So then it's like that's where that lineage comes from. And Estuary Learning, in March, we had our second annual conference, which Switch on Health was wonderful and very generous to sponsor us with that. So what I noticed looking around the room, I gave a presentation with a couple of the other herbalists. And when I was looking around the room, it was really heartwarming to see that I had mentors, not just one of my mentors, but 3 or 4 of my mentors in the room who were also Estuary Learning members. But then I also had some of my students in the room, because I used to teach at a college in Newcastle myself. So it is that lineage, and it is that linking of everybody together. So when we have our annual conference, yes, it's in Newcastle, and it was wonderful to see quite a few people travel long distance. But we also have another event that's coming up in June. That's an online event for 3 hours on a Saturday morning. So everybody can connect. And for that particular one, that's where we've also got people that are presenting, like our lady, Rix Botello, that's based in New Zealand. Our member, she's going to be presenting. So at least the technology has enabled us to be able to have a wider reach, which is just fabulous, because then there's more knowledge that's coming through. So just going back through a little bit about what natural earth medicine is, it is a traditional wisdom, and it's being expressed through a holistic way, right? Through the body, the mind, the heart, the spirit. We look at plant medicine, we look at energy medicine as well. So it is looking at the earth's energy, which, you know, maybe we've had this massive solar flare in my area that's knocked my power out, but at least we can still connect, which is wonderful. So yeah, it's plant medicine, it's energetic medicine, it's medicine as food as well, or food as medicine, I should say. So I really like this when we were doing, I was doing a meditation. This came to me one day recently, and it's like, yes, we are this tiny speck of dust in the universe, but we are all each individually a very important speck of dust in the universe. We all matter. And sometimes we might think that we don't matter that much, but we do all matter. And we all have a really important role to play. And this is where estuary learning, I believe, can be this real wonderful, amazing estuary that just links all these incredible people together who are willing to share their knowledge. And we can nurture new students coming up, and we can, like I said, we're also learning. Even if you're a mentor that's been in practice for 40 years or so, we can still learn from other people and from different things. So we all matter. And I think that's a really important thing. We all matter, and we all need to give people hope. And we all have hope for the future of our profession. And this is something that Nancy sort of mentioned while I was putting together this slideshow. It's like, you can't pick a flower without disturbing a star. So everything is interconnected. And this is where we mustn't forget that we're not just what some orthodox medicine specialists will have, like, oh, I'm just a cardiologist, so here's your heart, and I'm just a nephrologist, so here's your kidney. And we know that holistically, everything is interconnected, and the body is interconnected, and we are interconnected with the universe. So like I mentioned, our next event is in June. We're giving away 2 free tickets to that event. We're calling it an open house event, where it's all about nourishing and nurturing and being able to spread the love throughout Estuary. This is a public event. We're opening it up. Tickets will go on sale soon, and we're really happy to offer 2 free tickets to people within Switch on Health today. So that pretty much ends the slideshow. I could keep talking about estuary for ages and ages. But I'm really happy to sort of open it up to questions, and I'll stop sharing now, Carmen. So if anybody has any questions for me about estuary, please ask, because I can just keep talking about estuary, but I'm really interested to know if people have any ideas that they want to put forward or anything like that. And all of this is available, all this information is available on our Estuary Learning website as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Deanne. That was really lovely, and your passion is really evident and contagious. What an awesome philosophy sharing and keeping the earth modalities alive through the traditional wisdom and passing that on. Yeah, I really love it. So what I might do now, if you are watching this live, we'll stop the recording in a moment and we'll open it up for questions. And remember that there will be the wonderful prize from Estuary Learning of the 2 tickets to their upcoming event. And we'll also do the draw for our $50 Switch on Health credit. So if you're watching the recording, thank you for watching to the end and learn more with Switch on Health.